Awarded. As we say in Harambe, Twende, which means let's go. Jumbo friends, my name is Dayreen and I'll be your safari guide today on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. As we make our way through the reserve, please remember to remain seated and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. The first part of the reserve that we'll be entering is the Little Ituri Forest. The Little Ituri Forest is home to many animals that like to use their natural camouflage. Over to your right, you'll see the okapi. Now, although the okapi does have those black and white stripes, they're actually more closely related to the giraffe. Just like the giraffe, they have a long prehensile tongue, which helps them grab and pull leaves off of trees. That okapi back there is a male, and we can tell that because the males typically live in solitary, whereas the females will be a little more social. Out to your left, you'll see that black rhinoceros on the top of that hill over there. And we'll get a closer look as we continue forward. Out to your left, you'll see another one of those black rhinos all the way in the back.
Oh, right there.
Now, black rhinos are a smaller species of rhino that can be found in Africa. They'll only weigh up to about 3,000 pounds. Now, those black rhinos are very large, so they don't really have any natural predators. The only predators they do have are humans. And we can talk about that as we continue throughout the safari. Over to your left at the top of the hill, you'll start to see those bongos. Bongos are nicknamed the ghost of the forest, since they are pretty shy and reclusive. Their horns lie straight back, which helps them maneuver their way pretty quickly through the tangled underbrush. Hanging out with those bongos right there, as well as the greater kudu. That greater kudu is a female, and we know that because the female greater kudu will not have horns, and the males will. As we leave the forest, we'll make our way over to the Safi River. The Safi River is home to some more well-known animals like the pelicans and crocodiles. So hopefully we get lucky today and we can spot some of those. It looks like up ahead you're going to get a pretty cool view of a Nile hippopotamus out of water out to your right. Now, Nile hippopotamus, they do have pretty sensitive skin, so they do spend the majority of their time in the water. They'll come out occasionally during the day and they'll sunbathe, just like the ones doing over here. So since they do spend a lot of their time in the water, they've learned to hold their breath for about 8 minutes at a time. Those Nile hippopotamus are also pretty large, and adult males can weigh up to about 5,500 pounds. They'll typically come out during the night and they'll use the cover of the darkness as their time to graze on the land, and they'll eat up to about 90 pounds of vegetation. Over to your left over here on that center island is the pink-backed pelican. Pink-backed pelicans get their name from the pink coloration that appears on their back during mating season. They're also colonial nesters, which means that they will nest in groups from about 20 up to 500 pairs. Now as we head on over this bridge, if you look out to your left and look down, you'll see the Nile crocodile.
Cocodrilo.
The Nile crocodile are pretty large. They can grow up to about 16 feet in length. They also have very powerful jaws. They're capable of crushing the bones of their prey in one snap. And they can also be pretty gentle as well. A lot of the times they'll put their eggs in their mouths and roll them around in there, cracking them just a little bit as a way to help out those baby crocodiles hatch when they're ready. are entering a change of vegetation, which means that we're headed down to the grassland known as the savanna. As we make our way down to the savanna, if you look out to the right over here, you'll see this funny looking tree. This funny looking tree is called the baobab tree, also known as the tree of life. It stores lots of water, and its trunk that many animals will use as a resource. One way that tree is capable of preserving so much water is that it'll actually be leafless for about 9 months out of the year. Now down in the savanna, we'll see quite a few animals out. We'll talk about each one as we get a little bit closer. Some of the animals on the savanna do like to get pretty close to the trunk. I just want to remind you to please keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times.
Mira, mira, los wildebeest.
Out to your right over there, you'll see those wildebeest. And over to your left, you'll get a pretty close view of that Maasai giraffe. Now we know that this is a Maasai giraffe because of its more jagged, kind of irregular looking pattern. Now those wildebeest over there, they like to be in pretty large herds. About 1.5 million of them gather every year, and they'll migrate 500 up to 1,000 miles. Out to your left over here, you'll see that spotted hyena back there. Now, spotted hyenas, many people believe that they are scavengers, but that is actually not true. They actually do hunt for most of their food. My favorite fact about those hyenas is that the lowest ranking female is still above the highest ranking male.
Mira, la jirafa a la derecha.
Over to your right over here, you'll see that Maasai giraffe once again. That Maasai giraffe, they are the tallest land mammals. They can stand up to about 20 feet tall. And as that giraffe is eating, if you pay attention to the color of the tongue, it's kind of a purple coloration. That purple coloration is there in order to help keep their tongues from sunburning. Since they do eat for the majority of their days, they'll actually only sleep and rest for about 30 minutes each day. But they'll take those 30 minutes in naps, ranging from about 1 minute to 5 minutes. You'll also start to see these weird mound-looking things on either side of the savanna. These are called termite mounds. They're made out of soil, termite saliva, and dung. The sun will harden all of them together, and it'll create a concrete-like structure that many elephants like to use as a back-scratching post. So this is a time of day where many animals do like to migrate. So we may make a few stops, or we may start to go a little bit slower as we continue forward. So just up ahead, out to your left, you'll see some more of those Maasai giraffe once again. But you'll also see a younger giraffe. They're not necessarily a baby, but still very young. When those babies are born, they're already standing up to about 6 feet tall. And they're capable of standing and walking within the first hour of life. Over to your right over here, you'll see these very large horns. These large horns belong to the Ankole cattle. Ankole cattle are also known as Watusi cattle, named after the people that first domesticated them. These cattle are the only domesticated animal that can be found on the reserve. Now, although their horns are very large, they actually aren't as heavy as you think. They're made out of a honeycomb-like structure, which also helps keep them cool down. To your right, you'll get a closer look at those wildebeest we talked about earlier. So this group of giraffes that you're going to see over here on the left is often referred to as a tower. You'll also notice those little horn things on their heads. They actually aren't horns. Many people believe they are, but they're actually called ossicones. So whenever they are born, their skulls aren't like fully developed yet. So that's actually bone that forms a little bit after they're born. Over to your right over here, you'll see that cinnamon brown, white looking animal. They kind of look like s'mores. Those are called springbok. Springbok are pretty cool. They only stand up to about 3 feet tall, but they can spring upwards and forwards about 13 feet. All the animals back there are known as hoofstock because they all have hooves. So during the night, hoofstock will typically start to migrate near each other, and they'll sleep near each other as a way to protect each other. They'll even learn each other's danger calls as a way to be more alert and aware if there's any danger approaching. That's why a lot of them are starting to migrate right now. Out to your right, you'll start to see that African elephant over there. Now we know that that's an African elephant because we are in Africa. And unlike their Asian cousins, they do have tusks. So we're going to continue forward and make our way over to elephant country. Hopefully we can spot some more elephants up there. But as we make our way over, I want to share with you my favorite story about those elephants. Over in Kenya, those elephants were migrating. But as they were migrating, they were unfortunately going over the crops of some local farmers. So the Disney Conservation Fund teamed up with those farmers and discovered that elephants do not like the sound of bees. So as a solution, they built beehive fences around those crops. And anytime the elephants would get too close, they'd hear the buzzing of the bees and they'd turn around and migrate a different direction. That's a very cool and safe way to help out those elephants migrate safely. And it also helped out those farmers by providing them with an extra source of income. They ended up selling the honey that the bees were producing. Looks like right now we are entering some red clay pits. And up ahead it looks like there are some tusk marks on either side. It's a pretty good sign that some elephants may have been here. Elephants like to eat this red clay. It has lots of vitamins and minerals that's useful for them. You'll start to see those greater flamingo. Greater flamingo get their pink coloration mostly from their diet. They eat lots of brine shrimp, which is full in beta carotene. Greater flamingo are the most pink in coloration flamingo, and a group of them is known as a flamboyant. Now, a cool thing that I like to point out about that center island there is that it's actually a hidden Mickey. It's the largest hidden Mickey in Animal Kingdom. Now over to your left over here, you'll see the warden's post, and you'll see that the warden has confiscated some of those rhino horns. Now, as I mentioned earlier when we saw that black rhinoceros, rhinos don't have any natural predators except for humans. Many poachers believe that their horns have medicinal value, but lots of scientists have proven that that is false. Their horns are actually made out of keratin, which is also found in our fingernails and our hair. If you look in the center there, on the left, you'll see that mud pit. Now those rhinos, they do have pretty sensitive skin. So what they'll do is they'll roll around in that mud, and they'll use it as a sunscreen and a bug repellent. Out to your left, you'll see that cheetah walking around in there. Hopefully they come back up. So cheetahs, they are the fastest land mammals. They can reach speeds up to about 70 miles per hour. However, they're only capable of doing that in short bursts. Keep looking up to your left, you'll see another one of those cheetahs up there. Now cheetahs, unlike most big cats, are diurnal, which means that they are more active during the day.
Beautiful.
This rock formation that you're going to see here on the center is called a kopie. Now some animals like to hang out on these kopies because it gives them a pretty great overview of the savanna. Now you'll start to see that lion hanging out on the top of that kopie right there. We're a little blinded by the sun.
Mira otro rhino.
Continue around a little. Get a better look at them. So it looks like there's two females and a
Mira
male.
rhino.
Out to your right, you'll also see that white rhinoceros over there. So we can talk about them a little bit later. So you look at those lion's paws right there, you'll notice that they're very large. Those large paws are very helpful for whenever they're hunting. It helps them move closer to their prey almost silently. Now the way we can tell the difference between the male and female is that the male is the one that has that mane of fur. Now they are nocturnal, so they do spend most of their day resting. They'll come out during the night to hunt. However, only the female will actually go out and hunt, while the male stays behind and takes care of the cubs. Humans and lions, we share pretty much the same eyesight. However, during the night, a lion's eyesight does get about 6 times stronger. Up to your left and to your right, you'll see that bontebok. Now bontebok are pretty cool. A few decades ago, there's only about 17 of them left. Some farmers teamed up, and now there's about 3,000 of them. Most of which are found in protected reserves, just like this one. If you look at that right rhino, you'll see that they did roll around in that mud. Those eggs down there that you'll see, those are ostrich eggs. Now those white rhinos. Oh, you'll also see that water buck over here to your right. Nope, they don't. Yeah, they won't eat the eggs. Rhinos will typically eat like grass and vegetation, things like that. Now those water buck over there surprisingly like to drink lots of water. They're also only found near watering source, so they'll typically mark their territory, so they really will never migrate. Those ostrich eggs, like, they're actually pretty large. Each one of them weighs about 3 pounds and is equivalent to about 3 dozen chicken eggs. They're also very strong that an adult human male could stand on those eggs and they would not crack. So just up ahead, if you look out to your left at the top of that hill, you'll see that scimitar horned oryx. The scimitar horned oryx is a desert animal. Since they are typically found in the desert, they've learned to go up to about 9 months out of the year without a single drink of water. One way they're capable of preserving the water that they do have is that their bodies will actually not sweat until they reach about 115 degrees Fahrenheit. So all the animals that you saw in the reserve today are able to be here and be protected through amazing conservation research and efforts. One way we can all get involved is by making a contribution to a Disney Conservation Fund. You can go to any Animal Kingdom merchandise location, and the Disney Conservation Fund will match your donation dollar for dollar. However, if you don't want to donate, that's totally okay. There's lots of things we can all do at home to help out these animals as well. Simply by recycling our paper and reducing the use of plastic. Even if you have any old electronics that you don't use anymore, recycling those can help as well. So you're going to see people getting off, but we actually aren't going to get off where they are. We're going to continue back to where I picked you guys up from.
Dime.
Nos perdimos el show de las 5 y de las 6.
Ajá.
El último es a las 7.
Ok.
No, son las 4:43, nos quedan 15 minutos. ¿En serio? Sí. Porque yo tengo la 15 minutos para las 5. Yo tengo las 6 y 10. ¿Qué hora tú tienes hoy?
Ah,
¿Cómo que 6 y 10? No, 4:40. ¿Qué hora tú tienes? 5 para las 4. Esa es la hora normal. ¿En serio? ¿Quieres saber qué regalo voy a tener? ¿Son las 4 y pico? Si es esa hora está bien, nos da para el chance para sobre las 5 si nos la llenado ya. Coge adelante, mira.
Emi, ya lo hice ya.
You are going to be in Animal Kingdom for the rest of the night, and you need some other things to do. The Festival of the Lion King show is located here in Africa. They have every show on the hour, every hour, and I believe their last show tonight is at 6 p.m.
Yeah, we do the... We cannot do the show because we have a lot of... La tigresa siberiana esa se voló el espacio que tenía así hondo y se fue por encima de la ceja. Conmigo primero que la pasó por delante por el cuello. Esa cerquita se robó la cuestión.
This bridge is still there, it's not operating. We turned it off. Yeah. So up ahead we are going to see people getting onto the truck, and in order to avoid it being a little awkward because we are going to pass by them, we can all just look out, smile and wave. Do your best princess wave as you pass them. So here in Harambe, we like to say goodbye because that's too sad and too final. So instead, I'll say Kwaherini, which means go well. So So go well and go wild and enjoy the rest of your night here in Animal Kingdom.
Un trío.